Your time on earth is short. Everyone's is. You don't have time to waste. You were put on this earth with a mission. You have life impacting things to accomplish, and you want to enjoy doing them along the way and do them as simply and freely as possible. I'm Gwen, and my mission is to help you simplify your life so you can maximize your mission. I was reading in 1 Corinthians this morning. In 1 Corinthians 7:29, it tells us that the time that remains is very short. And I think about the time we have left on this earth. I don't know, that just lights a fire under me. And I think, I don't have time for my life to be so complicated and so full of so much stuff that it hinders me from accomplishing the mission that God has put me on the earth to accomplish. And we all have that mission. There's something for all of us to do. I am not a fan of complicated. I like things very simple. When I read the word, I read it simply. And when I preach the word, I preach it in a simple way that helps us apply it to our lives. I just like simple. That's the name of my channel, Simplify Your Life. You know, if I could just have one thing on my brain at a time, that would make me so happy. If I could just think of one thing. I used to always ask my husband, Troy, I'd ask him this question. I'd say, so what are you thinking? He got really, really tired of me asking him that. I asked him this one time, I said, so what are you thinking? And he said, nothing. I said, that's not possible. He said, yeah, it is. I said, no, you can't think nothing. He said, I can. I said, well, I can't think nothing. There's something rolling around in this brain at all times. But in this video, toward the latter part of it, I'm going to give you one thing that you can do that will simplify your life, help you to not waste time that you don't have. Because when we can simplify our life, we can maximize our mission, we can get those things done that we really want to do. 1 Corinthians 7, it brings up this list of things that we are concerned about in life. It brings up marriage. If you are married, you have things to be concerned about. It says you have to be concerned about how to please your husband or your wife. It said, so these are just parts of life that we concern ourselves with. You got to think about how to make them happy and how to keep them happy. Yesterday, Troy called me and he said, Gwen, I didn't eat that meatloaf that you sent me, and I think it might have ruined because the ice block in my bag, it melted, and I don't know if it's any good. And I was like, I spent an hour and a half making that meatloaf and mashed potatoes and gravy and green beans, and I don't even like to cook. And I would have eaten that if that was here. And he's like, oh, I'm really sorry about that, but I went to Whataburger. I went, Whataburger took over my meatloaf. And I make really good meatloaf, by the way. And so anyway, I called him back later and I said, okay, I'm really sorry about being gripey about the meatloaf. And he said, oh, that's okay. I deserved it. I said, well, I know you deserved it, but I still shouldn't have been gripey about it. And I was gripey in jest, but still, like, don't waste my meatloaf. You know, he's got to try to keep, make me happy. Like, we just want to make each other happy. We don't want to irritate each other, like, by not eating the meatloaf. We've had a boat that we've needed to sell for quite some time. And a couple of weeks ago, we sold that boat. Oh, it's a weight off of my shoulders just because it was a big something out there that we weren't using and was just taking up space. Granted, we got 3 acres. It's not crowding anything, but it's just something on your mind. And just for that to be gone, I have one less possession with that boat gone. Praise the Lord. But there's so many things to manage. Verses 30 and 31 says that we shouldn't be too absorbed in all of this. But again, doesn't that just light a fire under you, knowing I've only got so many days? and I've got a mission. I've got something to accomplish. That reason I was put here on this earth to do, like, I want to do that. I want to get as close to accomplishing that as possible. Verse 35 says, I'm saying this, saying not to be so absorbed, with all of your possessions and making people happy of all these things. He said, I'm not saying this to place restrictions on you. Listen, he says, I want you to do whatever will help you serve the Lord best with as few distractions as possible. That's what he wants, that we can simplify our lives in a way that we can serve the Lord and do it ever how he's called us to do it the best that we can with as few distractions as possible. I notice here that he didn't say eliminate all distractions. Wouldn't that be great? But he knows that we got to live life. And we've got to take care of people, and we've got to manage our possessions, and we're going to go through times of grief. These things are a part of life. He knows that. But he said, as much as possible, have as few distractions as you can. So that's why I think, I know there are obligations, responsibilities. There are things that I have to do and enjoy doing. So since those things do take my time, the things that I can eliminate, the distractions that I can get rid of, well, let me get rid of those. Let me take care of those things that weigh me down, like the boat I needed to sell. Just as many of those things as possible. So I want to help you simplify your life to maximize your mission. And this is how I want you to do it. I want you to choose one pain point. Think of one pain point. And really, if you think about the things in your home, where are the pain points in your home? It could be a junk drawer. I just did a video on that. It could be paper clutter. It could be closet clutter. It could be shoes. It could be the entryway. It could be laundry. Maybe you can't seem to get a handle on your laundry. I want you to choose one pain point, and I want you to ask yourself this question. How can I simplify this? How can I simplify the laundry? Years ago, laundry was an issue with us. And we have two boys, and laundry was complicated. So I came up with this. Well, here's what I did first. I put a hamper in the boys' room, and they took care of their laundry. We had a hamper. But for some reason, Choice Laundry would land like right next to the hamper. I don't know how come it couldn't get in the hamper. But I came up with the solution. So what I did, I don't know if I would really recommend this, but okay, so here's what I did. Every time I would find his laundry on the ground, I would put it in a black trash bag, and then I would take it to the freezer. And every time he didn't have his laundry put in the hamper where it was supposed to be, I just gather it up and I go put it in the deep freeze. And over time, he's like, where's my clothes? How come I don't have any clothes? And I went, because they're in the deep freeze. And he's like, why are my clothes in the deep freeze? I said, because you didn't put them in the hamper. You're supposed to put them in the hamper. And he went, okay. Oh, why didn't you tell me? I've been telling you for 10 years to put your clothes in the hamper. So once I finally froze his clothes, he finally got the hint that he needed to start putting his clothes in the hamper. And so what I did then, I thought, okay, why can't, he said, well, it's too complicated. And he said, I don't know where to put them. So what I did then, I printed off work clothes on a sheet of paper. I printed off work clothes, towels, colored clothes, because I like the laundry sorted because it wastes time if I have to sort all that laundry. What's the point? I thought, what is the point when we could just put it in a laundry hamper sorted already? then I don't have to spend time sorting it later. And my system has evolved over the years. At some points because I would change it up depending on where I put the hampers, because I kind of like to change things. So I got to give him some grace about that. And he would go, okay, what am I supposed to do with my laundry now? So I am always trying to simplify the laundry. So I don't know what your pain point is, but think to yourself, how can I simplify this? With our shoes, we have shoes out in the garage before we come in. And so I put a chair right by the back door, and where Troy can sit down. I put a boot jack there, and then we've got a shelf so we can put our boots there as we come in the door. Now, his boots don't make it onto the shelf, but they make it right by it next to the boot jack, so I'm happy about that. But, so you got to give people a little bit of grace too, because I need some mercy and some grace myself, so I try to extend it because I need it. How can you simplify? Maybe if it's shoes, you need to put a basket out there. Everyone just put the shoes in the basket. I don't know. What works for you. Maybe it's cubbies. Maybe get rid of all the ones. If they're not wearing them, then put them away and just leave out the ones that people wear. How can you simplify that one thing? Put in the comments what it is that you're going to focus on, that one thing. And don't be overwhelmed with all the things. Pick one and just focus on the one thing. If you do that, it will ease your mind. Y'all, when I got that junk drawer cleaned out, I don't have to rummage for stamps anymore. When I pull that drawer open, it's so beautiful. I don't have to move stuff around, to get past the buttermints and the pins and the staples and the jury duty notice and all, which I don't have to go do, by the way. I know exactly. I can find the stamps, and it makes me so happy. My mind is so at ease with that being done. And I was able to do it in a system in a way that is maintainable. So if it's a junk drawer or your kitchen, your utensils, if you put those, use dividers. I just got some plastic little shoebox sizes, and I put the things that I use most in those boxes so I could keep them divided. Because until I did that, they were just all in there. Because I don't like things on the counter at all. I don't like to see things on the counter. I like everything put away. So, but I need things divided. So maybe that's something that you can do. One of the best ways to simplify our life is to get rid of the clutter. Even if you just go through and get rid of the trash out of the junk drawer. I had a bunch of stuff that just needed thrown away. Get rid of the clutter. I'm telling you, it will so simplify your life. If you can simplify your life, you will maximize your mission and be able to do what God has called you to do. I live a simple life because I am a woman on a mission. I'm a mentor for our youth worship band at our church. I lead a group for women ministers over 50. Love doing that. I run an archery business, an archery range, and give archery lessons. And I shoot archery. I preach in churches. I teach. I help my family whenever I can, whenever they need me. And I love being a wife and tending to my home. We are empty nesters. And I love tending to my home. I love taking care of my husband. I don't like cooking, but, we got to eat and, we got to live. So I do it. But we have a lot on our minds. You have a mission and you don't have time to waste. You have important things to do. You have life impacting things to do. So pick that one thing. Ask how you can simplify it to make your life easier, to not be so overwhelmed. If you pick that one thing and you simplify it, you will maximize your mission.